So, welcome you all, beta, in this session, second session on chapter number 9. A very good evening to all of you. कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग बेटा? तो आज हम जो अपना लास्ट सेशन में we have studied about the customer profitability statement. The same concept we will carry forward in this session also. There are a lot of questions that will provide altogether new learning to the topic customer profitability statement. So first of all, beta, if there is any homework in the last session, क्या लास्ट सेशन में कोई होमवर्क था? सीमा सुरेश, ज्योति, रश्मि, द्विवेदी जी, वेरी गुड इवनिंग बेटा. क्या लास्ट सेशन में कोई होमवर्क था बेटा विच हैज टू बी डिस्कस्ड इन टुडे सेशन? Please communicate. Okay, no homework. Have you read out that question, beta? I think it's, if I'm not wrong, question number 5. I have given you to analyze the remaining part of that discussion of the best profitability among the customer who is giving the best profitability, and in case they are not giving the best profitability, they are providing of the least profitability. Then what do you interpret regarding that? Why a customer, despite not being the lowest volume customer, but is providing the profit lowest? So we have seen multiple point, beta. Vipin Sharma, namaste, beta. Okay, keywords. How many students has completed that reading of question number 5 solution, beta? I think it's question number 5, है ना? Just a minute. Yes, it's question number 5 का बेटा मैंने आपको सेकंड रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट का जो रिमेनिंग वन पेज था उसको एनालाइज करके कीवर्ड्स आपको अपनी कॉपी में मेंशन करना था. हाउ मेनी स्टूडेंट हैव कंप्लीटेड दैट वन बेटा? ओके ज्योति, यू हैव कंप्लीटेड द सेम. ओके सीमा सुरेश, you have done the same. Very good beta. शिवेंद्र द्विवेदी, you have also done the same. Very good beta. चलिए, कुछ उसमें आपको पूछना है? Any doubt in that particular point? Otherwise, we can start today's session with some new question. So we have seen. Let's take a revision first, beta, and then we will follow with more questions on customer profitability statement. So first of all, the cost is bifurcated into two parts. The first part is direct cost, the second part is indirect cost. No? Then how to recover the indirect cost? We are having two methods. The first method is known as traditional method that has been used way back whenever the costing was introduced to the world, and the second method is known as logical method, and that logical method is technically known as activity based costing. In activity based costing, we basically divide the overhead into three parts: factory overhead, admin overhead, selling and distribution overhead. For recovery of factory overhead, we will apply the technique activity based costing. For recovery of and for analysis of selling and distribution overhead, we will apply the customer profitability statement. This is very, very important, beta. In customer profitability statement, we are not analyzing the complete picture of overhead. We are analyzing just a part of overhead known as selling and distribution overhead. Okay, how many customers have consumed how much of the selling and distribution services? We want to check through the analysis of customer profitability statement so that we can identify the true customer, true winner customer of a particular product. Okay, and very important thing we have discussed in the last session, that if we are having suppose 4 products, customer profitability of one product cannot be compared with the customer profitability of second product. To make a comparable discussion, the product must be same. So if there are 4 products available in our organization, then we will prepare 4 customer profitability statements separately. Such as for product A, we will analyze the customers of product A based on their services consumed of selling and distribution activity. Based on product B, we will analyze the customer of product B based on selling and distribution services consumed by customer B, है ना, जो भी प्रोडक्ट कस्टमर बी ले रहे. That's why we have written a very important point in the last session that the production cost on per unit basis, whether it will remain same or whether it will differ customer to customer. What do you say, beta? Whether it will remain same or it will differ customer to customer. Please communicate, beta. Whether production cost will remain same on per unit basis under customer profitability statement or it will differ from customer to customer. Okay, Rashmi, very good, beta. It will remain same because we are preparing customer profitability statement for each product separately. उस प्रोडक्ट में जो जो हमारे पास कस्टमर है उन पर्टिकुलर कस्टमर का हम एक प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी स्टेटमेंट बनाएंगे. Even if the customer is common among between the two products, then definitely two separate customer profitability statement will be prepared. The comparative will be there only and only when the product is same. Therefore, the production cost on per unit basis will remain same among the customer profitability statement. ओके जयचंदन, बिल्कुल सही आंसर बेटा आपका. चलिए अब बड़े बेटा अपन आगे. नाउ वी विल स्टार्ट टुडेस क्वेश्चन विद क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 में आइए आप. प्लीज ओपन पेज नंबर 37, पेज नंबर 36, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. इट्स पेज नंबर 36, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. Okay, beta, can I start the question? Page number 36, question number 2. Okay, beta, चलिए start करते हैं. ABC Airlines has two departments organized as profit center, the passenger division and the cargo division. So the name of the company is ABC Limited. They're having two departments and the department are regarded as profit center. It means at the end of the period, their performance will be evaluated on the basis of profit contributed by them. उन्होंने कितना profit contribute किया है, based on that we will evaluate the performance of the department. ठीक है? The following divisional information were given for the year ended 31st March 21. Okay. So particulars: Division 1 cargo department, Division 2 passenger department, and the total is given. Number of personnel trained 200, 800. Number of flights 350, 250. Number of reservation requested. In the cargo department, there is no reservation requested. In passenger department, 7,000 reservation requested. Revenue of both the department is same, 42 lakh for cargo department and 42 lakh for passenger department. Operating expense excluding service departmental charges, जो selling and distribution मान सकते हैं simply. Operating expense excluding selling and distribution are 36 lakh for cargo department, 28 lakh 50,000 for the passenger department. Service department charges. अब आप देखिए बेटा, तीन टोटल खर्चे हैं सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट के: ट्रेनिंग, फ्लाइट शेड्यूलिंग एंड रिजर्वेशन, है ना. इन तीनों को आप एनालाइज कीजिए एंड टेल मी द कॉमन पॉइंट अमॉन्ग देम. बेटा जो मैंने सर्कल लगाया हो ना, वहां से मुझे कुछ कॉमन पॉइंट बताइए बेटा. सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट कंसिस्ट ऑफ 3 कंपोनेंट: ट्रेनिंग, फ्लाइट शेड्यूलिंग एंड रिजर्वेशन. वॉट एवर आई हैव सर्कल्ड, टेल मी द कॉमन पॉइंट ऑफ दैट सर्कल. क्या आप इंटरप्रिटेशन कर सकते हैं ऑफ द न्यूमेरिकल डेटा गिवन इन द सर्कल? बताइए बेटा. शिवानी गुड इवनिंग बेटा। चलिए आज लेट हो गया थोड़ा सा, आप कोई बात नहीं बेटा, जस्ट वी हैव स्टार्टेड द सेशन। बताइए बेटा, क्या कॉमन आप इंटरप्रेट कर सकते हैं बिटवीन द सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट कंपोनेंट ऑफ ऑल द थ्री कंपोनेंट्स? ओके, बिल्कुल सही जवाब दिया है सीमा सुरेश, विपिन, गीता पटेल, सीमा साहू। ओके बेटा, वेरी गुड। तो यहां पे आप अगर आप देखेंगे, दे हैव चार्ज द सेम एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ सेलिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन टू ईच ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट, 320, 320, 150, 150, 105, 105, है ना। डोंट इट लुक ऑकवर्ड, क्योंकि वहां पे सर्विसेज भी अगर अलग अलग कंज्यूम की गई है, both the department are bearing the same amount of service and departmental charges. तो देखिए क्या बोल रहा है ये, the service department charges rate for the service departmental cost were based on revenue को बेस बना के इन्होंने चार्ज किया है। Since the revenue of both the department were same, बिल्कुल रेवेन्यू दोनों डिपार्टमेंट का बिल्कुल सेम है, 42 लाख and 42 लाख। Since the revenue of both the department same, the service department charges to each department were also the same. Okay. Comment on whether the income from operation for the two division accurately measures the performance. ये बोल रहा है क्या जो इनकम बताई जाएगी, यहाँ पे इनकम दिया नहीं है, अपन इजीली निकाल सकते हैं, आपको निकालना नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ कमेंट करना है whether they are accurately measuring the performance, yes or no along with the logic, है ना। तो आप वापस पढ़ लीजिए बेटा, आपको कमेंट करना है जो भी इनकम आ रही है कार्गो डिपार्टमेंट की, वॉट एवर द इनकम ऑफ द पैसेंजर डिपार्टमेंट, वेदर दैट इज बीन accurately measured the performance or not. If yes, tell me the logic. If no, tell me the logic बेटा। Okay, Shivani has answered no. Shivani, tell me the logic beta, because you have to comment on that and you have to provide solid answer regarding why the income from operation currently measured is not accurately measuring the performance of the department. Please provide me the answer in 2 or 3 lines beta, है ना। यस विपिन शर्मा, बिल्कुल सही लॉजिक है बेटा आपका, वेरी गुड। So as per Vipin, whether the error is only in one of the service departmental charges or all the 3 departmental charges beta? Okay, Seema Suresh have said no. Number of personnel in both the department is different. Passenger department has more personnel. For training short should be more. Similarly, flight schedule and reservation to be allocated. Okay, beta. And Shrivani have answered no. The allocation doesn't accurately measure because the number of reservation required is more in passenger department, which shows the high demand. Okay, Vipin shares all the 3. वेरी गुड बेटा, बिल्कुल करेक्टली आइडेंटिफाई किया है। तो सबसे पहले हम यही लिखेंगे स्टार्टिंग, है ना। राइट फ्रॉम द लास्ट 4 to 5 लेक्चर बेटा, आई एम स्पेसिफिकली फोकसिंग ऑन द आर्ट ऑफ राइटिंग। वॉट एवर नॉलेज यू possess, unless and until it is reproduced in the examination through writing, you cannot get the good marks. So it is equally important not only to have a thorough understanding, a strong interpretation skill, but also at the same time you require to express your thought onto the paper. So what you will write? The income from operation for the 2 department, passenger and cargo, doesn't accurately measure the परफॉर्मेंस। ये हो गया, अपन डिफरेंट कर दी इनको, नहीं एक्यूरेटली मेजर नहीं कर पा रहे। नाउ इन द नेक्स्ट लाइन वी विल कम्युनिकेट व्हाई। वी विल कम्युनिकेट दैट राइट नाउ अ ब्लैंकेट रिकवरी रेट, ये आपने वर्ड सुना होगा बेटा ट्रेडिशनल मेथड में, है ना। ब्लैंकेट रिकवरी रेट मतलब सिंगल रिकवरी रेट हैज बीन यूज्ड to charge service department overhead to both the department based on revenue. But analyzing the service department charges, no service charges if directly associated with the revenue, the better would be we would take the number of person trained for allocating the training expense which is not done. Similar with flight scheduling, but especially in case of reservation charges, the no service has been taken by the cargo department. Still at present cargo department is allocated 1,05,000, which is not logical, and therefore whatever profit has been computed right now doesn't truly reflect the performance of the department. ऐसा पूरा डिटेलिंग आपको बेटा कम से कम एग्जामिनेशन का 1 पेज, एग्जामिनेशन का आपके रजिस्टर का हाफ पेज है ना, वहां पे स्पेस ज्यादा होता है, थोड़ी कॉपी छोटी होती है वहां पे आंसर कॉपी। सो वो एग्जामिनेशन का 1 पेज आपको यहाँ पे लिख के आना पड़ेगा, देन यू विल गेट द 5 marks. ओके, नाउ सेकंड पार्ट, प्रिपेयर द डिविजनल इनकम स्टेटमेंट यूजिंग द एक्टिविटी बेसिस प्रोवाइडेड अबाउट in revising the service departmental charges. So it basically, it's not the question of customer profitability statement. Basically the question has asked about the activity based costing. So we have already written that whenever the activity based costing is there, first of all we have to find out the ABC recovery rate, and there are 3 activities, so 3 ABC recovery rate is to be find out, and then we will find out what amount of overhead each department will logically bear based on the logical ratio, and then we will find out the profitability. तो समय देता हूं बेटा मैं आपको 5 to 7 मिनट्स आराम से लगेंगे आपको इसको सॉल्व करने में. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्रिपेयर द वर्किंग नोट ऑफ एबीसी रिकवरी रेट एंड देन bifurcate based on that ABC recovery rate the charges of training, flight scheduling and reservation based on services consumed by the department. है ना? So I'm giving you time beta. Even you have to find out recovery rate for reservation, although the complete overhead will be charged to the passenger department, but still for calculation purpose you have to find out the recovery rate even for the reservation activity. है ना? तो जल्दी से बेटा रफ पेज में I am giving you the time 5 to 7 मिनट्स में आप मुझे परफेक्ट आंसर मुझे सॉल्व करके दीजिए. रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट नंबर 2 है ना. चलिए टेक योर टाइम बेटा, इट्स अ सिंपल क्वेश्चन, आई वांट ओनली एंड ओनली द करेक्ट आंसर, है ना? डोंट ट्राई टू फॉल इन अ हरी, सफिशिएंट टाइम इज अवेलेबल विथ यू. Okay, Rashmi, Aniket, and Seema Fau have provided me the answer, and the correct one, beta, तीनों का ही correct answer है. Last 1 or 2 minutes available with the remaining student, beta. Try to complete within that time frame and provide me the answer of yours. Correct answer है Shrivani. Very good. सीमा सुरेश, करेक्ट आंसर है बेटा आपका भी. चलिए बेटा, तो स्टार्ट कर दे. तो बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन था. Just they require the correct logic for requirement part number 1 and requirement part number 2 is damn simple. Okay, so the correct answer is 2,70,000 is the profit of the cargo department and 5,03,000 is the profit for passenger department. I am hoping that every student has correctly computed the answer. Okay, so no need to tally the same. We will move further towards the next question. Question number 3 में आइए बेटा. Although the name direct product profitability is given for this question, but this question is not related to direct product profitability. That's why we can start this question right now. Otherwise, if it's a direct product profitability question, first of all, we have to understand the basic. That is a topic available in this particular syllabus. If time permit, we will start this topic today. If time doesn't permit, then we will start the topic on 27. Okay, अब अपना next session 27 को है, तब अपन इसको start करेंगे. तो बट दिस इज अ गुड क्वेश्चन, है ना? बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. जितना सिंपल क्वेश्चन सेकंड था उतना सिंपल नहीं है. इट रिक्वायर्स सम एफर्ट्स, ऑल्दो ऐसा नहीं है कि अचीवेबल नहीं है, 100% अचीवेबल है, बट सम एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम स्टूडेंट। ओके, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। देखिए, XYZ ornamental company have been a name to count on for quality and service. So the name of the client is XYZ ornamental company. It has been designing wide range of ornamental product for more than 2 decades using the highest quality standard. So the company is providing its product and services from last 2 decades, almost 20 years. Such quality is achieved through years of experience and the integrity that is maintained by its employees. Very good. They are known for their perfection. What is the name of our company? Is XYZ Ornamental Company. Okay. Now another firm name is given, known as VGG. Approach us to make inquiry of 2 products. So a customer named VGG has approached us for inquiry of 2 products. The 2 products which they inquire are indoor fountain known as the Star and a dwarf for garden. So 2 प्रोडक्ट की इंक्वायरी हमसे कस्टमर ने करा है. The first product name is the Star. The second product name is the Dwarf. Mr. Bob, the management accountant of our company, has estimated the variable cost per unit of the Star and the Dwarf being 622.5 and 103.75 respectively. So, जो Mr. Bob है, who is the management accountant of our company, has given us that the variable cost per unit is 622.5 and 103.75. Okay. The question will be somewhat more special if such detail not been given in the question. They will provide us the detail point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3. Based on point number 1, 2, and 3, we can easily calculate what is the variable cost for the first product and what is the variable cost for the second product. हम बहुत easily वहां से find out कर सकते हैं. चलिए पढ़ते बेटा. तो थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन को अपन टफ बनाएंगे. Assuming हम ये मान के चलेंगे कि हमें नहीं दिया है what is the variable cost. We based on our calculation of point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3, we itself find out what will be the variable cost for first and second product. Because if the same question appear in the examination, now if the paper setter simply doesn't provide this line, then definitely student might face some difficulty in those 3 hours. So better कि अगर वो ना भी दे, so how we can find out the variable cost is more important. Okay बेटा, चलिए देखिए. प्रोडक्ट डेटा दिया है हमें, प्रोडक्शन दिया है, टोटल मटेरियल कॉस्ट दिया है, टोटल डायरेक्ट लेबर कॉस्ट दिया है. For the variable cost will consist of prime cost and variable overhead. ये जो दोनों component है, these are the component of prime cost, since the word direct is being used in both the cost. Now, total variable overhead of the company are 1 crore 20 lakh, out of which 30% belongs to the procurement, warehousing, and use of direct material, while all other variable overhead are related to direct labor. So, दो टाइप के वेरिएबल ओवरहेड है. वन वेरिएबल इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन प्रोक्यूरमेंट, वेयरहाउसिंग एंड यूज ऑफ डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, while the other overhead is related with direct labor. This is very important. Company presently allocate variable overhead into production unit using percentage of total direct material cost. वो किसके लिए? For this 30% and percentage of total direct labor cost for overhead relating to labor. So बेटा आप अपना कैलकुलेशन कीजिए और मुझे बताइए what is the per unit cost of material, labor and both type of variable. सिर्फ आप एक ही प्रोडक्ट का मुझे बता दीजिए. If you correctly calculate the variable cost component for product 1, then your logic is 100% correct. You can easily calculate the other one. तो मुझे आपको पर यूनिट में ये सब कंपोनेंट बताना है. क्या क्या कंपोनेंट बताना है बेटा आपको मुझे बताना है व्हाट इज द डायरेक्ट मटेरियल पर यूनिट, डायरेक्ट लेबर पर यूनिट, वेरिएबल ओवरहेड नंबर 1 और वेरिएबल ओवरहेड नंबर 2. सबका मुझे आप पर यूनिट बताइए कितना कितना आ रहा है एक साथ एक लाइन में ना. आई एम गिविंग यू द टाइम बेटा. Shrivani, please check it out, beta. Your answer is not matching with the variable cost given. It means it's wrong, beta. Seema Fau, your answer is not matching with the institute answer, beta. No, Shrivani and Seema Fahu, the answer is not correct, beta. Please reconsider your answer. Something is wrong in the calculation. That's why I said it's a very good question. If a line is removed from the question regarding the variable cost, then it will be a very special question. That's why we are practicing that if such line is not provided by the paper cutter, how we can compute the same. Yes, Aniket beta, your answer is correct. Very good. Other student beta, please try. Never give up and communicate me the answer. What if the variable cost is not given to you? Other student beta, Seema, Suresh, and Shrivani, please provide me the revised answer beta. ओके बेटा, चलिए मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करता हूं. देखिए, सबसे पहले हम बात कर लेते हैं डायरेक्ट मटेरियल एंड डायरेक्ट लेबर. दे आर वेरी सिंपल. 22,50,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 10,000. करिए बेटा, 22,50,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 10,000. इट्स 225. मैंने यहां पे लिख दिया. नथिंग स्पेशल अबाउट दिस. देन डायरेक्ट लेबर ऑल्सो 15 lakh डिवाइडेड बाय 10,000. So it's 150. ओके, अब ये जो 1,20,00,000 है, इसके हमें दो पार्ट करना पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट विल बी 36 lakh. And what is the recovery base for 36 lakh? It's percentage of total material cost. And now the most common error is we assume without reading the question properly that this is the first product, this is the second product, and this is the total of first and second. My dear student, in this particular question, the question setter is very clever. It is the first product, it is the second product, but it is not the total, it is the other product. It is the other product. So you have to make a total on your own, then only you can determine what is the total material cost. So the total material cost will be the total of 22,50,000, 8,50,000 and 60 lakh. The total will be 90 lakh and not 60 lakh. That's the most important part of this question, because normally the columnar fitting will be column number 1 for particular, column number 2 for product 1, column number 3 for product 2, and the last column will be the total one. But in this particular question, the last column is not the total one. It is the total of other product other than the 2 product. Okay. So now, since it has to be calculated on percentage basis, therefore the percentage is 40%. What is 40%? हर एक रुपी के raw material पर we have to recover 40% overhead of procurement, warehousing and use of direct material. What is the amount of material? 225. So 225 into 40%. What is the amount? It's 90 rupee. 225 into 40%. Regarding the other recovery rate, 120 ka remaining amount, that is 84 lakh. And what is the base that we have to use regarding the other? Direct labor cost. So again, the total of all three, 15 lakh plus 5 lakh plus 60 lakh. So it is 80 lakh rupee. Multiply by 100. So it's 105%. So for every rupee of labor, we have to recover 1.05 towards overhead, towards variable overhead based on direct labor. Okay. So 150 ka 105% kariye. So it will be 157.5. So when you make a total, it will be 622.5. क्लियर बेटा? तो अगर ये आपको डेटा नहीं भी देता 622.5, you can find it out, और आपको आना भी चाहिए, because if the paper becomes tough, then definitely the information right now given will no longer be available to you. Okay, 30% है बेटा, just a minute. No बेटा, it's 40%. 36 lakh divided by 98, 40% है बेटा. सही है, बिल्कुल सही है. टोटल लगा लीजिए 225 प्लस 150 प्लस 90 प्लस 157.5. यस, 40% है बेटा. गीता पटेल बेटा, इट्स 40% है ना, 30% नहीं है बेटा. चलिए बड़े बेटा आगे, समझ में आया पॉइंट आपको? चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. Point number 4. Customer is willing to purchase the star at 740 and wharf at 151 per unit. The customer has already communicated of the price that what the maximum amount they will pay for our product. Okay. The director, एक और point है, company will not accept any work yielding an estimated contribution to sales ratio. Contribution to sales ratio क्या मतलब हुआ? It's nothing but the PVR, है ना? So PVR कम से कम उनका कितना होना चाहिए? 28% PVR minimum होना चाहिए. ठीक है. The director of the company are considering switching to an activity-based costing system and recently appointed a management consultant firm to undertake in-depth review of existing operations. So जो हमारी कंपनी का डायरेक्टर है, now they want to switch to the ABC system and they appointed a management consultant firm to have an in-depth review of our existing operation. As a result of that review, the consultant concluded that estimated relevant cost driver for material and labor related overhead attributable to the two product are as follows. For direct material related overhead, it means 36 lakh rupee is the cost pool. The volume of material held to facilitate the production of each product is the cost driver. Intentionally, beta, I am not interpreting this line because I want you to be master in the interpretation skill. That's why I'm just reading a plain reading, giving a plain reading. I'm not interpreting this particular data. Material ratio per product unit, direct labor related overhead, the number of labor operation performed with the cost driver, labor operation per product unit. I think you have to read out this point twice or thrice before starting the calculation. Okay, then only you can confirm that you are on the right path. अब आप मुझे रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट नंबर 1 पढ़ के बताइए बेटा, whether we have to follow requirement part number 1 through traditional method, that is the existing method, or ABC method, or both, है ना. बहुत आराम से आप रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट नंबर 1 पढ़िए. There is 100% detail available in requirement part number 1, whether we have to calculate we have to analyze based on existing system of overhead recovery or ABC system or both, है ना. जो भी आपका आंसर है, also tell me the words through which you have communicated that requirement part is related to any particular method or both the method. ठीक है. नो विपिन शर्मा, दैट विल नॉट बी अ करेक्ट वन बेटा, बिकॉज जो रिकवरी रेट है वो रिकवरी रेट हमेशा आपको एक रेट निकाल के ही ओवरहेड रिकवर होता है. सो ऑल्दो योर आंसर विल गेट राइट, बट यू विल नॉट फेच मार्क बिकॉज योर वर्किंग नोट इज नॉट एज पर द स्टैंडर्ड, है ना. तो बहुत जरूरी है चीज कि आप जो सजेस्टेड है उसी के हिसाब से करें. होल वर्ल्ड इज कंप्यूटिंग द रिकवरी रेट either in traditional method or ABC method to recover the overhead. Without computing the recovery rate, there cannot be overhead recovery. ओके विपिन शर्मा, पहले तो रश्मि ने आंसर दिया है बेटा. रश्मि said both but the logic is not provided. Vipin Sharma have also said both but the logic is not provided. Shrivani, only ABC, logic is given. Seema also ABC, Seema Fahu. Vipin Sharma, okay. Shrivani, traditional method as per unit cost. ओके बेटा. ओके चलिए देखिए बेटा, बहुत बहुत अच्छा एनालिसिस पार्ट है ये. द आंसर इज दिस रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट 1 इज टू बी सॉल्व थ्रू ट्रेडिशनल मेथड एज वेल एज एबीसी मेथड. दोनों ही मेथड से आपको इस रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट को सॉल्व करना है. एंड नाउ द इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन इज फॉर हाउ यू arrive at the conclusion that through both the method we have to solve this question, because read out with me beta, you will get the hint that this requirement part is to be solved through both the point. Give a financial analysis which XYZ may implement about the manufacture of each product. यहां तक कुछ भी क्लैरिटी नहीं है. आगे using the unit कॉस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल, यूनिट कॉस्ट की इंफॉर्मेशन तो दोनों ही मेथड के लिए अवेलेबल है बॉस, एबीसी के लिए भी अवेलेबल है और ट्रेडिशनल मेथड के लिए भी अवेलेबल है। जस्ट यू हैव टू कंप्यूट द डेटा ऑन योर ओन, दोनों के लिए अवेलेबल है। सो यहां पे यूजिंग द यूनिट कॉस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल, दोनों ही टेक्निक के लिए वी आर हैविंग ऑन यूनिट कॉस्ट। इफ दे आर नॉट गिवन वी कैन इजीली कन्वर्ट द डेटा ऑन पर यूनिट बेसिस। कहीं उन्होंने एग्जिस्टिंग नहीं लिखा, कहीं उन्होंने एबीसी नहीं लिखा, सिंपली दे आर सेड यूजिंग द यूनिट कॉस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल। तो हमें दोनों ही मेथड से ये सॉल्व करना है, ये पहला पॉइंट। सेकंड पॉइंट, यहां पे जब आप एनालिसिस करेंगे ना, तो उन्होंने बोला एनालिसिस करना है डिसीजन स्ट्रेटेजी का। सो कैन यू प्लीज टेल मी बेटा, जब हम पूरा न्यूमेरिकल पार्ट कंप्लीट कर लेंगे, जब उसके एंड, व्हाट इज आवर डिसीजन स्ट्रेटेजी in this particular question, I am not asking a generalized question. In this particular question, whenever you are financially analyzing the data, what is your decision strategy? On which basis, on which strategy you will decide to manufacture that product or not? I am waiting for your answer, beta na? बहुत अच्छा requirement part है, देखिए, to save the time we can simply solve the question and you will say yes, I have understood the question. But the real problem arises regarding the interpretation. Many students complain that, sir, we have understood the question, we have understood the solution part, but when we solve on our own, we are not able to interpret. Why you are not able to interpreting? Because you are not analyzing the requirement part properly, beta. Whatever requirement part has communicated to us, that has to be first interpreted, and then only you will get the mark. Otherwise, whatever you are writing is not as per the requirement part, how can you get the marks बेटा, है ना? तो बहुत जरूरी है, इसलिए पहले तो दोनों मेथड से करना है। एंड नाउ माय सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज, वंस द कैलकुलेशन आर डन, व्हेन वी आर फाइनेंशियली एनालाइजिंग द डेटा, व्हाट इज द स्ट्रेटजी ऑन व्हिच वी विल बेस आवर डिसीजन? No, beta, Aniket, that's not the proper answer. No, beta, that will not be the strategy through which we will decide the course of action. No, Shrivani, that's not the answer, beta. That's why I told you that this is the best question. बहुत बढ़िया question है, because it requires a lot of interpretation from the student to properly interpret the requirement part and then proceed towards the solution part. Yes, Rashmi, correct point, beta. No, Jyoti Kakkar, it's not customer profitability statement, beta, because there is a single customer, Jyoti. There are customer profitability statement will be there when we are having one product, and for that one product we are having multiple customer. There is a single customer, beta. No, beta, Geeta Patel, it's not on that basis. That point has been given in the question, beta. Only one student, Rashmi, have given me the correct answer. Rest of the student might be not able to focus on that particular point. It is clearly given in the question on what basis they require you to take the decision. Okay, I'm giving you one more minute, beta. Please find out. Very good, beta. Shivani, now it's correct. Aniket, now it's correct. Geeta Patel, now it's correct. Very good, beta. It is given in point number 5 that the decision strategy should be the PV ratio, contribution to sales ratio. It should not be the contribution. Contribution per unit के आधार पे हमें decide नहीं करना है. It should be contribution to sales ratio, that is based on PVR. We will decide, and the minimum PVR required is 28%, है ना. तो चलिए बेटा, तो पूरा हमने एनालाइज कर लिया. हमें दोनों मेथड से करना है. फर्स्ट मेथड विल बी द एग्जिस्टिंग मेथड, कंपैरेटिवली सिंपल. सो आई एम गिविंग यू 3 to 4 minutes टाइम टू फाइंड आउट the PV ratio of product number 1 and product number 2 and check it out whether the minimum PVR of 28% individually by each product has been achieved or not. Based on that, we will decide if we are following the traditional method, which product will be accepted based on the dividend strategy of PVR of 28% communicated by the management. Okay, beta. The first part is very, very simple, beta. Calculating the PVR for both the product using the existing method of recovery of overhead. That's why I'm giving only you 3 to 4 minutes. चलिए जल्दी से मुझे बताइए बेटा. Okay, Aniket. Okay, Shrivani beta. I think the answer are correct. Both the answer are correct regarding the first product and the second product. Just wait for a minute more beta, so that other student can also complete and communicate me the answer. After that, we will decide. Other student beta, please communicate fast. What is the PV ratio calculated under existing traditional method of both the product? ओके, गीता पटेल सही आंसर है बेटा, बिल्कुल आपका, वेरी गुड। रश्मि कामत बिल्कुल सही आंसर है। देखिए बेटा, बहुत सिंपल सा सॉल्यूशन था इसका। द सेल प्राइस हैज बीन गिवन टू यू। द सेल प्राइस इज 740 and 151 and variable cost is also given to you. So 740, it's 740 sale price and 151 sale price. They already computed the variable cost under existing method. You don't have to make any calculation. It is directly given to you, 622.5 and it's 103.75. They're given to you. So what is the contribution per unit? 740 minus 622.5, it's 117.5. When converted into percentage term, it will be 15.88 and it's 151 minus 103.75 divided by 151, so it's 31.29%. So if the company is following existing, that is the traditional method of recovery of overhead, then as per that only the second product should be accepted, because it is providing us the minimum PVR of 28%. ठीक है बेटा, सिंपल सा पॉइंट था। अब इसी चीज को आपको किसके द्वारा सॉल्व करना है? थ्रू एबीसी। यू नो द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट, ये बहुत इजीली आप कंप्यूट कर लेंगे। वेरिएबल कॉस्ट पर यूनिट एंड द लेबर कॉस्ट पर यूनिट यू कैन इजीली कंप्यूट। नाउ दिस ओवरहेड will be bifurcated into two activity. 30% belong to the activity number 1, direct material related overhead. Activity number 2 will be related to direct labor related overhead. आप मुझे बस ये बताइए, क्योंकि आप टोटल 5 कॉलम बनाएंगे बेटा, you will prepare a total of 5 column to find out the ABC recovery rate. पहले कॉलम में आप एक्टिविटी लिखेंगे, सेकेंड कॉलम में आप कॉस्ट पुल लिखेंगे, थर्ड कॉलम में आप कॉस्ट ड्राइवर लिखेंगे, फोर्थ कॉलम में आप क्वांटिटी ऑफ कॉस्ट ड्राइवर लिखेंगे, है ना। फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी आपकी ये होगी, सेकेंड एक्टिविटी इज दिस। टोटल इसका अमाउंट वही रहने वाला है बेटा, 36 लाख एंड 84 लाख। आपको सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है ये दो चीज फाइंड आउट करना, व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर, उससे भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट what is the quantity of that cost driver, है ना। और फाइनली फिर मुझे आप एबीसी रिकवरी रेट बताइए बेटा। चलिए, डोंट सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन ऑन अ हरी बेटा, बिकॉज दिस रिक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट। इसको एक बार बहुत अच्छे से पढ़िए आप, एक बार अच्छे से पढ़ने के बाद ही आप डिसाइड कीजिएगा व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर एंड मेक कैलकुलेशन फॉर द क्वांटिटी ऑफ कॉस्ट ड्राइवर। क्योंकि अगर ये कैलकुलेशन आपका गलत हो जाता है, योर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन विल बी रॉन्ग, एंड इफ योर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन विल बी रॉन्ग, योर डिसीजन स्ट्रेटजी विल ऑल्सो बी रॉन्ग। सो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कैलकुलेशन है टू आइडेंटिफाई द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर फॉर बोथ द एक्टिविटी and more importantly to ascertain, to compute the quantity of cough driver, है ना. So complete 5 minutes में आपको दे रहा हूं बेटा ये कैलकुलेशन के लिए. I am giving you 5 minutes. The level of the calculation is very, very good. Okay, so have a 2 or 3 reading first of all before starting the calculation. Okay, beta Seema Suresh, you have given me the answer. Just wait so that other student can also solve and provide me the answer, beta. Just wait for 3 to 4 minutes. No, Geeta Patel, beta, that's not the correct interpretation. Please reconsider your answer. Okay, Aniket. We will check, beta. Just wait a minute. चलिए बेटा स्टार्ट करूं तो देखिए सबसे पहले डायरेक्ट मटेरियल रिलेटेड ओवरहेड क्या बोला है द वॉल्यूम ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल हेल्ड टू फैसिलिटेट प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ईच प्रोडक्ट इज द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर उन्होंने कॉस्ट ड्राइवर खुद दे दिया द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर इज वॉल्यूम ऑफ मटेरियल एंड इन लेबर द नंबर ऑफ लेबर ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म इज द कॉस्ट ड्राइवर तो साहब कॉस्ट ड्राइवर तो हमें रेडीमेड दिया हुआ है क्या हियर इज volume of raw material and here is number of labor operations performed ये तो हमें दे दिया था अब what is the quantity of volume of raw material so material ratio per product unit it's 5 8 and 5 इन तीनों का total is not the quantity of cost driver वापस बोल रहा हूं बेटा 5 8 और 5 is not the total of 5 8 5 not the quantity of cost driver because they are given on per product unit basis so 5 quantity volume लगता है raw material का हर एक यूनिट बनाने में so this is to be multiplied by the number of units and the number of units are 10,000 20,000 and 80,000 so इसको हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना पड़ेगा 10,000 से 20,000 से एंड 80,000 से ठीक है बेटा चलिए निकालिए कितना आ रहा है 5 into 10,000 50,000 and 8 into 20,000 160 and 5 into 80,000 so the total will be 6,10,000 total आ रहा है 6,10,000 so now we will divide 36 lakh divided by 6,10,000 that is 5.90 is the ABC recovery rate हर एक वॉल्यूम ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल के लिए यूनिट के लिए नहीं हर एक वॉल्यूम ऑफ रॉ मटेरियल के लिए वी हैव टू रिकवर 5.9 रुपी टुवर्ड्स डायरेक्ट मटेरियल रिलेटेड ओवरहेड है ना अब सिमिलरली एफआई यहां पे भी बेटा यहां पे भी पर प्रोडक्ट यूनिट दिया है तो इसको आपको 10,000 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है इसको आपको 20,000 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है एंड दिस इज टू बी मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 80,000 तो बताइए नंबर ऑफ लेबर ऑपरेशन 70,000 1,20,000 and 4 lakh so it is 5,90,000 so 84 lakh divided by 5,90,000 so it's 14.24 ऐसा है कैलकुलेशन समझ में आया बेटा अब देखिए अपन आराम से निकाल सकते हैं सेल प्राइस अपने को पता है व्हाट इज द सेल प्राइस 740 151 is the sale price minus raw material cost just अभी अभी निकाला था 225 minus labor cost 150 ओके इसका भी निकाल लीजिए बेटा आप कितना आ रहा है 7,50,000 divided by 20,000 37.5 and 25 okay minus variable overhead 1 that is material related and variable number 2 5.9 is per unit of raw material per unit of raw material how many units of raw material are required 5 so 5 into 5.9 it's 29.5 rupee and here 8 into 5.9 it's 47.2 rupee okay beta and then 14.24 per labor operation how many operation are to be performed in one unit 7 so 7 into 14.24 so it's 99.68 you can round it off better 99.7 will also work and 6 into 14.24 it's 85.44 you can round it off to 85.4 so अब आपका contribution per unit निकल जाएगा मेरे ख्याल में निगेटिव कंट्रीब्यूशन आ रहा है इसमें। Here there is a negative contribution of 44.14 बेटा ना। Here it's 235.82. So divided by 740, it will provide you a contribution of 31.87%. So based on ABC method, the only product you should accept is product number 1. तो सर ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या हम ABC के हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट 1 एक्सेप्ट कर ले और एग्जिस्टिंग के हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट 2 एक्सेप्ट कर ले? ना, है ना। Either you will be following the existing method, either you will be following the ABC method, and you know that ABC method is more logical method for recovery of overhead. Therefore, whatever the picture is provided by ABC method, that reflect the true winner and true loser. And in this case, the company should accept only the product number 1, because product number 2 is resulting in a negative contribution. 28% तो बहुत दूर की बात है. Even product 2 is providing the negative contribution at a sale price of 151. क्लियर है बेटा? बड़े आगे चलिए. अब आप मुझे ये बताइए ना बेटा, अगर कस्टमर बोल रहा है मुझे दोनों प्रोडक्ट ही चाहिए, तो प्रोडक्ट 1 की सेल प्राइस तो एक्सेप्टेबल है आपके पास, प्रोडक्ट 2 की क्या सेल प्राइस आप कोट करेंगे सो दैट यू आर रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट दैट ऑफर? प्रोडक्ट 2 की क्या सेल प्राइस होना चाहिए एज पर एबीसी मेथड ही, है ना? हम एबीसी मेथड ही अप्लाई करें, सो व्हाट शुड बी द सेल प्राइस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट नंबर 2 सो दैट इट कैन बी एक्सेप्टेड बाय द मैनेजमेंट? चलिए मुझे बताइए बेटा क्या आंसर है आपका? क्या सेल प्राइस कस्टमर अब हमें कोट करे सो दैट वी कैन एक्सेप्ट प्रोडक्ट नंबर 2 एज पर कैलकुलेशन ऑफ एबीसी? मेरा तो आंसर आ गया बेटा 287.41. चेक कीजिए क्या आप भी आंसर ला पा रहे हैं? 287.41 अगर वो हमें कोट करता है, देन वी कैन एक्सेप्ट द ऑफर ऑफ इवन सेकेंड प्रोडक्ट. चेक करो बेटा. जल्दी बताइए बेटा, आंसर आ रहा है आपका 287.41. अगर ये वो प्राइस कोट कर दे देन वी विल एक्सेप्ट द ऑफर. नहीं बेटा 249 नहीं आ रहा बेटा, मेरा 287 आ रहा है. आई एम गेटिंग 287. वंस अगेन आई विल चेक इट आउट. Just a minute beta, na? Might be I have done an error. It's 271.44 है बेटा. 271 पॉइंट. बहुत सिंपल है बेटा. सभी कॉस्ट का आप टोटल लगा लीजिए. दिस इज द मिनिमम अमाउंट यू वांट टू रिकवर फ्रॉम द प्रोडक्ट. इन सबका टोटल लगा लीजिए आप. 37.5. प्लीज हैव अ टोटल 37.5 प्लस 25 47.2 plus 85.44. This is the variable cost. If PV ratio is 28%, if PV ratio is 28%, then variable cost ratio is 72%. सही बात है ना? PV ratio 28% है तो variable cost ratio 72% होगा. So this is the total variable cost which is equal to 72%. So the price that that the customer should offer so that we can accept this proposal is ₹271 अगर वो हमें ऑफर करता है, देन ओनली इट विल प्रोवाइड अस अ मिनिमम कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ 28%। पूछा नहीं है, अगर पूछता है ना। चलिए बेटा, ये वाला टॉपिक अभी तक अपना हुआ नहीं है, वी विल कवर इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन। एक्टिविटी बेस्ड मैनेजमेंट क्या होता है ना, वी विल कवर इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन। नाउ प्लीज ओपन पेज, पेज नंबर बेटा ये है आपका 39। इट्स इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 6। इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 6 में आइए बेटा। इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 6 में आइए। स्टार्ट करें। बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है, बस आपको इसमें मेहनत करना है कैलकुलेशन में, एंड देन वी विल अगेन फोकस ऑन द आर्ट ऑफ राइटिंग। बहुत अच्छे से जो इसका सेकेंड रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट है, बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया है। रिकमेंड अ स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर द कंपनी रिगार्डिंग इट्स कस्टमर। सो वॉट एवर द लर्निंग आउटकम ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 इज देयर, definitely it will help us, but definitely this question will enhance our knowledge regarding what to write in the examination in the analysis part of customer profitability statement. This question will definitely provide some new point to add in our knowledge base. Okay बेटा, चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। देखिए, Bookmark LLP is publishing firm that started operation very recently. The firm has published Advanced Learner Dictionary this first year that has been sold to 3 distributors, and distributor are our customer. Okay, the product name is Advanced Learner Dictionary, PR, MGH and WLY. The firm financial reflect profit in the first year of operation. पहले साल में ही हमने प्रॉफिट अर्न किया है। The management is pleased with the result. Management is happy. However, they are interested in finding out how profitable each customer is. There are total 3 customers, P, M and W. They would help them to formulate their sales strategy. ठीक है साहब, तो कितनी कितनी यूनिट किस किस कस्टमर ने लिया है, हमें ये कम्युनिकेट किया गया है। What is the sale price gross? Gross means without any discount. Okay, so this is the MRP. Payment terms. What is this payment terms? 3/10 net 30. Here also it's net 30. Here 3/10 net 30. पहली बात तो, if you don't know this terminology beta, the question has provided the interpretation of this terminology, but as a finance student you are expected to have the proper understanding of this terminology because it's very common in the financial world, है ना। 3/10 net 30 means 3% discount will be provided if the payment is made within 30 days. Otherwise, the credit period is 30 days. है ना। अगर आप 10 days में पेमेंट कर देते हैं तो we will provide you 3% discount, other cash discount. Otherwise, the credit period offered to you is 30 days. यहां पर कोई भी कैश डिस्काउंट नहीं है, क्रेडिट पीरियड इज 30 डेज। सेम इज हियर, आप अगर 10 डेज के विदिन पेमेंट कर देते यू विल बी एलिजिबल फॉर 3% कैश डिस्काउंट, and net 30 means the credit period offered to you is 30 days from the date of invoice. Sales return, ये 2 कस्टमर सेल्स रिटर्न करते हैं, ये नहीं करता। डिलीवरी टर्म FOB, फ्री ऑन बोर्ड डेस्टिनेशन, फ्री ऑन बोर्ड शिपिंग पॉइंट। देखते क्या मतलब है इसका। In order to get market share, customer number 1 PR and customer number 3 1 and 3 have been extended credit term to avail discount if payment is made within 10 days. While customer number 2 doesn't have much bargaining power and hence he has been only allowed 30 days credit period without any benefit of availing discount for early payment. आप ये मान के चलिए customer number 1 and customer number 3 have made payment within 10 days to avail of the discount extended. तो जब भी आप ये कैलकुलेशन करेंगे आप ये मान के चलिएगा कि दोनों ही कस्टमर ने टाइमली आपको पेमेंट कर दिया so that they can avail 3% cash discount. Okay. On the cost front, variable cost of goods sold attributable to the net sale to customer P, M and W are respectively. है ना। आप ये बताइए बेटा, ये जो कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड है ये ग्रॉस कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड सोल्ड है कि रिटर्न के बाद है? ये रिटर्न के बाद है, क्योंकि इन्होंने एक वर्ड यूज किया है नेट सेल, मतलब रिटर्न होने के बाद जितना उन्होंने एक्चुअली माल लिया है उस पे हमारी इतनी कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड सोल्ड आई है। की मैट्रिक्स हमें दिया हुआ है, हाउ मेनी एक्टिविटीज आर देयर, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, टोटल 7 एक्टिविटीज आर देयर। सभी का कॉस्ट ड्राइवर दिया है, हर एक बंदे ने कितने कितने बार सर्विसेज कंज्यूम किया है, दैट हैज बीन गिवन, एंड व्हाट इज द रिकवरी रेट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्टिविटी, दैट हैज बीन गिवन इन द लास्ट कॉलम। ओके, फिक्स्ड एसेट दैट आर नॉट असाइनेबल टू एनी कस्टमर इज 1 लाख पर एनम, वो कॉमन जनरल एडमिन फिक्स कॉस्ट है। Prepare the customer wise profitability statement as also the overall profitability statement of bookmark LLP, है ना। एक क्वेश्चन कर डाले बेटा न्यूमेरिकल, एक क्वेश्चन ये पूरा मुझे कंप्लीट करके बताइए, व्हाट इज द टोटल प्रॉफिट earned from each of the 3 customer and what is the profit per unit, and based on that we will decide the strategy रिगार्डिंग ऑल द 3 कस्टमर्स, है ना। एक बार बहुत अच्छे से आप इसका मुझे सॉल्यूशन करके दीजिए, टाइम लगेगा बेटा 5 to 7 मिनट्स आई थिंक मिनिमम यू रिक्वायर्ड, बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ कैलकुलेशंस आर देयर रिगार्डिंग दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, है ना। चलिए समय देता हूं बेटा मैं आपको, मुझे करके बताइए पूरा क्वेश्चन। Still you are having beta 2 minutes. Please try to complete the question within 2 minutes. If some extra time is required, I am ready to give you extra time, but please try to complete within 2 minutes. Okay, Seema Sahu beta, please wait for a minute and then we will start the discussion part regarding the strategy. ओके श्रीवानी, करेक्ट आंसर है सीमा साहू। यहाँ पे आंसर थर्ड वाले कस्टमर का डिफर कर रहा है। ओके, वी विल चेक इट आउट बेटा। चलिए बेटा स्टार्ट करें। तो जो भी सॉल्यूशन आपका आया है उसके बाद अपने को सेकंड में बोला है रिकमेंड अ स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर द कंपनी रिगार्डिंग इट्स कस्टमर। सो डायरेक्टली लुक एट द सॉल्यूशन पार्ट अवेलेबल इन पेज नंबर। So first of all, check the numerical answer of yours, beta, whether it's correct or not. Okay, this is the answer available in page number 54 निकालिए बेटा, page number 54 है ना। सेल प्रॉफिट उन्होंने दिया है नेट ऑफ सेल्स रिटर्न, कैसे इन्होंने निकाला ये हमें पूरा दिया हुआ है, ग्राफ लिया है, देन सेल परसेंटेज को माइनस किया, देन दे विल गेट द नेट सेल, उसमें से फिर कैश डिस्काउंट माइनस हुआ। दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, उसमें से कैश डिस्काउंट माइनस हुआ बिकॉज वॉट एवर हैज बीन रिटर्न वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू प्रोवाइड द कैश डिस्काउंट। तो जो नेट सेल थी उसमें फिर हमने कैश डिस्काउंट डिडक्ट किया तो हमारा नेट प्रॉफिट आया टुवर्ड्स द कस्टमर। ठीक है, चलिए ये अमाउंट आपको दिया हुआ था, फिर देन आपको जितनी भी कॉस्ट है ये सब कॉस्ट माइनस करने के बाद यू आर हैविंग द प्रॉफिट, फाइनल प्रॉफिट ऑफ 70,688, 80,800, 61,112 एंड परसेंटेज टर्म्स इन्होंने हाथ के यहां पे निकाल दिया. What is the profit percentage earned from each customer? The profit ratio is 29%, 34% and 22%. Okay, now a very important point, when you see at the volume, customer WLY is the highest provider of volume. सबसे ज्यादा यही हमसे यूनिट ले रहा है. But when you see the profit contributed by the highest volume provider is the lowest one. Okay, now we will analyze each and every point why the customer WLY, despite being the highest volume provider customer, is contributing the lowest profit, है ना. तो सबसे पहला पॉइंट देखिए इन्होंने क्या दिया है. WLY हमारा लार्जेस्ट कस्टमर है इन टर्म्स ऑफ यूनिट सोल्ड, लेकिन सबसे पहली शिकायत इससे ये है कि इसका सेल्स रिटर्न 10% है. WLY का सेल्स रिटर्न 10% है, इसका जस्ट 0.5% है, एंड द सेकेंड कस्टमर इज नॉट रिटर्निंग एनी गुड्स. So first of all, we have to check why there is a sales return from the third customer, whether our sales team has not properly communicated or not properly taken the order. That's why there is a communication gap between them. Because whatever has been purchased, revenue generated, only 87% of the revenue from the original revenue has been collected from this customer. So 13% revenue has been foregone due to the sales return and the cash discount. You have to analyze this one, why there is a communication gap. Because if the customer has properly ordered, if the order executed has been perfect, then there should not be any sales return. Second point, जब आप देखेंगे तो इस कस्टमर ने रश ऑर्डर बहुत ज्यादा प्लेस किया है ना. इन दोनों का अगर हम मिला भी ले, ये दोनों का मिला के रश ऑर्डर का खर्चा 250 है. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय रश ऑर्डर? Suppose the delivery time is 3 to 5 days. Rush order means customer is requesting us to deliver the order within a day, while the normal delivery period is 3 to 5 days. तो हमें कोई एक एक्सपेंसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन मैकेनिज्म यूज करके कस्टमर को टाइमली डिस्पैच कराना होता है, तो डेफिनेटली हमारी कॉस्ट आती है. सो ऑल्दो इट इज द हाईएस्ट वॉल्यूम प्रोडक्ट, बट दोनों कस्टमर को मिला भी ले तब भी इससे 5 टाइम्स हमारा रश ऑर्डर आ रहा है. तो हमें कहीं ना कहीं दो काम कर सकते हैं बेटा. इधर वी कैन चार्ज द कस्टमर फॉर एनी रश ऑर्डर. पहला ऑप्शन है हम रश ऑर्डर के लिए सामने वाले को चार्ज करें, या उससे बेटर वे है हम एक थ्रेशोल्ड दे दें. क्या इससे ज्यादा अगर इन अ मंथ इफ देयर आर रश ऑर्डर, देन द रिमेनिंग आफ्टर द थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट द रिमेनिंग विल बी चार्जेबल. जैसे इसने टोटल रश ऑर्डर लिया है मेरे ख्याल से, आई थिंक रश ऑर्डर दे हैव टेकन 5 रश ऑर्डर. तो हम एक थ्रेशोल्ड बांधे कि 2 रश ऑर्डर आपको अलाउड है, उसके बाद अगर आप बोलते हैं तो हम एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे, बट इट विल रिक्वायर सम चार्ज बिकॉज वी आर ऑल्सो यूजिंग द कॉस्टलियर मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इन केस ऑफ रश ऑर्डर. फिर थर्ड आप देखेंगे तो ऑर्डर टेकिंग एंड प्रोसेसिंग में भी इन दोनों कस्टमर का ऑर्डर प्रोसेसिंग 1800 है एंड इसका ऑर्डर प्रोसेसिंग अकेले का 4500 है. बिकॉज नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स ऑर्डर्ड इन अ पर्टिकुलर ऑर्डर इज कंपेरेटिवली लो एज कंपेयर टू पीआर एंड एमजीएच. तो यहां पे हमें कस्टमर से निगोशिएट करना पड़ेगा कि भैया आप 15 ऑर्डर 1250 यूनिट्स के लिए दे रहे हो, जबकि 2 ऑर्डर ही बचे हुए कस्टमर 1000 यूनिट के लिए देते हैं. तो कहीं ना कहीं यहां पे हमें टारगेट करना पड़ेगा. फिर नेक्स्ट उन्होंने जो टारगेट एरिया दिया है वो सेल्स विजिट दिया है. पर सेल्स विजिट हमारा 800 रुपी है. तो ये हमें चेक करना पड़ेगा क्या ये कस्टमर, ऑल्दो द वॉल्यूम प्रोवाइडर कस्टमर, इज स्टिल प्रॉफिटेबल टू अस. क्योंकि यहां पे इन्होंने एक पॉइंट दिया है, क्या हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते कि हम अल्टरनेटिवली जो रिसोर्सेस आज हम थर्ड कस्टमर को दे रहे हैं, इफ वी आर हैविंग द अपॉर्चुनिटी टू सप्लाई टू न्यू कस्टमर और द एग्जिस्टिंग रिमेनिंग 2 कस्टमर, so that we can increase our profit. बट इस प्रोसेस में आपको ध्यान रखना है, WLY को अगर आप नहीं देते हैं तो और अगर आपके पास कोई दूसरा ऑप्शन भी नहीं है regarding increase in sale to existing customer or add new customer, then definitely you don't want to lose market share. तब इस कस्टमर को आपको टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन रीनिगोशिएट करके वापस से अपने फेवर में लेना पड़ेगा, है ना। एंड फाइनली ये दिया है कि जो हमारा सबसे प्रॉफिटेबल कस्टमर है एमजीएच 34% रिटर्न, इसका वॉल्यूम सबसे कम है, तो क्यों ना हम इसको थोड़ा डिस्काउंट ऑफर करें ताकि हमसे ज्यादा वॉल्यूम ले। समझ में आया बेटा? बहुत सिंपल, यही आंसर एक्सपेक्टेड है आईसीआई में। इन द लास्ट सेशन बेटा वी हैव सीन क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, a very lengthy explanation is given. I already told you in that session also, such length explanation is not expected from the student because it's quite impossible for the student to provide answer, even the printed answer of 2.5 pages. But the logic I have provided is ICI has to consider all the viewpoint. So therefore what they incorporate in the module, all the viewpoints, so that it will be easier for the student to understand each and every viewpoint. But I think this will be the model answer, how to write, how to analyze the customer profitability whenever asked in the question. Very crisp है ना, बहुत कम शब्दों में इन्होंने बोला है and to the point बोला है. So this is the way I personally expect a CA final student to answer in his or her examination, है ना. बहुत अच्छा पैटर्न है बेटा, सब कुछ उन्होंने कम्युनिकेट किया बट विथ मिनिमम वर्ड्स. चलिए तो ब्रेक लेते हैं बेटा. 19:45 हुआ, शार्प 8 PM को अपन स्टार्ट कर देंगे नया क्वेश्चन, है ना. एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, आई थिंक इट्स क्वेश्चन नंबर 8, अ सुपर क्वेश्चन. उसको स्टार्ट करेंगे जस्ट अपन ब्रेक के बाद, है ना. टेक द ब्रेक टिल 8 PM. वेलकम बैक बच्चों। चलिए, नाउ वी विल डू अ लास्ट क्वेश्चन on customer profitability statement and ABC, and then we will move towards in the next session. Two topic we have to cover in the next session, that is direct product profitability. We will start the introduction part today if time permit with us, and the second part is the ratios, a very important value added and non-value added ratio that are also covered in chapter number 2, but the detail are available in this particular chapter regarding the various ratios of value added and non-value added. Okay, chaliye आइए बेटा, आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 अवेलेबल इन पेज नंबर 41. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 अवेलेबल इन पेज नंबर 41. Okay, so let's start this question. Another very good interpretation wise question. It's not a tough question, but the interpretation is super in this question also. You will definitely enjoy learning from this particular question number 8. Chal, start kar raha hu beta. Melody is a manufacturer of musical instrument. The company specializes in manufacture of piano and electronic keyboard instrument. So the name of the company is Melody. They are manufacturing musical instrument. The first instrument is piano and the second instrument is electronic keyboard instrument. Both are labor intensive product, means manual work is more as compared to the mechanical work. Therefore, Melody follows absorb its production overhead based on direct labor hour. Can you please tell me, beta, based on this line, whether the company is following the traditional method of recovery of overhead or the company is following ABC method for recovery of overhead? Can you please tell me whether the company is following traditional method for recovery of overhead or the company is following ABC method for recovery of overhead? Based on this last line, the company is recovering overhead on the basis of labor hours. Okay, Shrivani has said it's traditional. Seema Suresh and Rashmi Kamath ABC. No, beta, it's 100% traditional method. The logic is very simple. In traditional method, we are having the blanket recovery rate and we are having the multiple recovery rate. But in ABC method, we are only having the multiple recovery rate. I also told you in the basic that as per the author David Norton and Kaplan, in a mid-size organization, there should be minimum 40 to 50 activities. And we have seen that in the store department, we have bifurcated the store department into 4 different activities. So the blanket recovery rate, that is overhead recovery rate for the entire factory, can be possible only and only under the traditional method. In ABC method, there must be multiple recovery rate, है ना? तो यहाँ पे क्योंकि सभी ओवरहेड को they are recovering on the basis of only one base, that is direct labor hour. Therefore, the method currently followed by them is a traditional method. Okay, चलिए अब एक particular product के बारे में we are giving the information, that is piano. The product is of very high quality. Client patronage includes professional piano musician. Some of these instruments are sold in its standard form. However, musicians, particularly the concert player, require their pianos to be customized to certain specifications. Customization primarily relates to the aesthetic quality of the piano sound. Quality of sound is of paramount importance to musicians as it determines the power and warmth of tone. So we are dealing in both the product, not only the standardized product, but they are very less in number. Majority of our customers are the professional who want us the customized one. So based on the based on the acoustic quality of sound, we are customizing the piano for them. Each musician, ये बहुत important line है बेटा, each musician have a preference to achieve a spatial quality of sound. Therefore, no two customized pianos can be the same. हर customer की requirement totally different है. The spatial quality of sound जो एक को चाहिए, that the same sound quality doesn't required by the other. Therefore, no two customized pianos can be the same. Due to its reputation, company receives numerous requests for customization from its customer. So basically, we can say the very first product is a customized one rather than it is sold in the standardized form. Ability to provide customization service set our company apart from its competitor. So it's the USP, unique selling price of our product, point of our product, that we are providing customization according to the professional customers. अब customization हम कैसे करते हैं? They are providing the same. Customization requires the services of professional craftsmen. They are hired as subcontractor for such work based on the need. Whenever we have to customize the piano, we hire professional craftsmen whenever we require them. Okay, they are not the permanent employees of the company. This craftsmen perform their services within the factory premises. Outsource karte, but they will come in the factory premises and provide us their services whenever needed. For this special work, space is maintained by the company. Company charge its customer, etc., for subcontracting work plus 10%. Suppose we are giving the subcontractor 10,000 rupees. So company is charging 10,000 plus 10%, that is 11,000 for this customized piano additional. ये जो 10% company charge करती है, what it will cover? This would cover the actual cost of subcontracting and any incidental overhead incurred. The board of company accept that this method of billing is very simplistic. It is unsure if the company is recovering the entire cost of providing this customization service. Although the method is very simple, whatever is the subcontracting charges, we will add 10% in it. And after that, we are still unsure whether we are able to recover our full cost or not by this simple method. Okay. This is all about the very first product, piano. And now the second product, electronic keyboard instrument. तो क्या क्या हुआ पहले बेटा एक बार समअप कर देते हैं. Company name is Melody. They are manufacturing musical instrument. Two products are been given in this question, piano and electronic musical instrument. They are both labor incentive. Presently, company is using traditional method for recovery of overhead based on direct labor hour. Now, information is given for product number 1, piano. Very less volume are standardized, while the majority of the volume are customized. Customization will be done to achieve a spatial quality of sound. Therefore, no two customized piano can be same. And this is our ability to customize according to the professional need of each and every individual. This USP, unique selling point, will make us apart from our competitor. Whenever the piano is being customized, we require the services of professional craftsmen. They are not the permanent employees of our company. They will be hired as and when required by the organization. So a simple formula to charge the customer has been decided that whatever be the subcontracting charges, we will add back 10%. This 10% is added to cover any incidental charge. Apart from that, those subcontractor will work in our factory, will come in our premises. Therefore, a separate space has been maintained by the company for this customization work. But company is unsure whether by adding that 10%, whether we will be able to recover all the incidental expenses associated with the customization or not. Okay, this is all about product number 1. Now, product number 2, electronic keyboard instrument. These are instruments manufactured by the company, are home keyboard that are targeted at young music enthusiasts who are beginning to learn music. पियानो जो है वो एक प्रोफेशनल क्राफ्ट बंदों के लिए, जबकि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कीबोर्ड इंस्ट्रूमेंट आर फॉर द पर्सन हु आर यंग एंड वांट टू लर्न द म्यूजिक. दे कम इन स्टैंडर्ड 5. ये कस्टमाइज नहीं है, पियानो इज कस्टमाइज, comprised of standard component. No customization are to be done for this particular product keyboard, clearly communicated by the question. As a performance management expert, the board wants your advice. The extract below provide the most recent significant management account for the piano and the keyboard division. तो क्या क्या डिटेल हमें यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है? पियानो, कीबोर्ड टोटल, number of items manufactured दिया है, definitely the volume of keyboard is much higher. Sale price हमें दिया हुआ है. Revenue, number of items multiplied by sale price will provide you the revenue. Material cost, direct labor, subcontracting charges are only in the piano segment. Why? Because keyboard are not customized. Okay. Production overhead is 5,15,000 that has been bifurcated into piano and keyboard, and the detail are given here. So the gross profit has been provided to you. What is the total of the production overhead? 5 crore 15 lakh. Please make a total of all these three, whether this total comes to 5 crore 15 lakh or not. ये बेटा 5 crore 15 lakh आ रहा है. तो क्या क्या कवर्ड है? इंस्पेक्शन एंड टेस्टिंग इज कवर्ड. स्पेस मेंटेनेंस कॉस्ट फॉर सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग वर्क. और सब कॉन्ट्रैक्टिंग सिर्फ और सिर्फ हम किस प्रोडक्ट के लिए करते हैं? पियानो प्रोडक्ट के लिए करते हैं. ओके. क्या क्या कवर्ड है? रेंट, यूटिलिटी, टू सपोर्ट स्टाफ टू मेंटेन द स्टोरेज, ऑल सच एक्सपेंसेस बिलोंग टू 50 lakh रुपी. अदर प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड, रेस्ट ऑफ द यूटिलिटी, रेंट, सैलरी ऑफ सपोर्ट स्टाफ 1 crore 20 lakh. Discuss the difference in treatment of production overhead. सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको यहाँ पे प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड की बात करना है. अंडर एब्जॉर्प्शन कॉस्टिंग, दैट इज द ट्रेडिशनल मेथड. प्लीज राइट डाउन समवेयर बेटा. The traditional method of recovery of overhead, the traditional method for recovery of overhead is also known as the traditional method for recovery of overhead is also known as absorption method. Inverted comma में लिखिएगा absorption method. The traditional method for recovery of overhead is also known as absorption method. So what they require from us, they require to discuss the difference in treatment of production overhead under absorption costing and activity based costing. है ना? तो आप मुझे ये बताइए बेटा. चलिए एक काम करें ना बेटा, एक बार जल्दी से, आई एम गिविंग यू 3 minutes ऑफ टाइम, जस्ट रीड आउट द क्वेश्चन वंस अगेन, देन यू कैन आंसर विद कॉन्फिडेंस दैट वेदर द रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट इंटरप्रिटेशन इज दैट वे और दैट वे. है ना? तो बहुत जरूरी है, एक बार आप क्वेश्चन वापस से रीड आउट कर लीजिए. यू आर हैविंग 3 minutes ऑफ टाइम. उसके बाद जब मैं क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछूंगा रिगार्डिंग द रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट, देन यू फील मोर कॉन्फिडेंट to provide me the answer. है ना? So 3 minutes of time are available with you to read out this particular question except the numerical detail. है ना? एक बार जल्दी से numerical detail without the calculation आप एक बार कर लीजिए. Then we will start the interpretation of requirement part number 1, 2 and 3. Okay, beta, reading is complete. Now tell me, in requirement part number 1, whether we have to discuss with numerical calculation, we have to do calculation on our own, and based on that, we have to discuss the difference in treatment of production overhead. They are talking only about the production overhead, that is 5 crore 15 lakh. Under absorption costing, that is traditional method and ABC method. So we have to do discussion undoubtedly of production overhead treatment in traditional method and ABC method. My question to you is whether we have to do the calculation. What will be the first calculation of production overhead under absorption costing? Although they have given to us that it's 4 crore 50 lakh and 65 lakh, they have already calculated the same. And in ABC, whether we have to calculate the same and then we have to discuss, or without any calculation, just we have to discuss the same. Please communicate beta your thought on this. क्या हमें पहले प्रोडक्शन ओवरहेड को बाइफरकेट करना पड़ेगा इन बोथ द प्रोडक्ट अंडर एबीसी, बिकॉज इन ट्रेडिशनल दे हैव गिवन अस द सेम, while in ABC whether we have to bifurcate first and then start discussion, or directly we can start discussion without any calculation under ABC. Okay, as per Aniket, there is no calculation, just discussion is required. Aniket, can you please tell me the logic beta, why no calculation is required, just discussion is required? Yes, Shrivani beta, you can ask the doubt, whatever doubt you are having. Okay, Shrivani have also said without bifurcation, without calculation of ABC overhead for both the product, we have just to discuss why. My question is why? Why we are not able, why we are not calculating the overhead under ABC method for product piano and keyboard. Instead of that, without any calculation, we just we have to discuss the same. Okay, as per Seema Suresh, we need to bifurcate. Okay. Okay, as per Kani Moji beta, since long beta, where are you, Kani Moji beta? In the earlier session, you are very participative, but I think in the last few sessions, I have not received any query. Welcome back, beta, Kani Moji. So we have to calculate it under ABC and then discuss according to Kani Moji. Please tell me the answer, beta, Aniket and Shrivani, why we don't have to bifurcate the production overhead into product 1 and product 2 as per ABC. Okay, beta. Very good, Seema Suresh, beta. Very good. Earlier you have given that we need to bifurcate, but after that you have provided me the correct answer. In this particular question, you are not able to calculate the production overhead cost under ABC system for the product piano and for the electronic keyboard, because you have been given the cost pool, agreed. You have been given the activities, agreed. But nowhere you have been given the third part, that is the cost driver. Nowhere in the question you have been given the quantity of cost driver. Without the cost driver and without the quantity of cost driver, you will not be able to calculate the ABC recovery rate. And unless and until the ABC recovery rate has been calculated, we will not be able to provide the overhead per unit under ABC method for both the products. So undoubtedly, in this particular question, no numerical calculation is required by the question, because question itself has not given us the detail of cost driver and the quantity of cost driver, है ना? तो हमें simply discuss करना है. तो देखिए बेटा, हम पूरा इसको line से समझाएंगे. We will explain each and every point in detail. First of all, we will say that both the product are labor intensive product. Under absorption costing, we are using the formula total production overhead of 5 crore 15 lakh divided by total direct labor hour. We will get the recovery rate, and this recovery rate will be the blanket recovery rate. Based on blanket recovery rate, we are currently recovering overhead under absorption costing. बोल दिया. अब इसको हम explain करेंगे. Although we've seen that out of the total production overhead, there are some overhead that are specifically incurred for the piano product. But under traditional method of costing, even the space maintenance cost for subcontracting work, which is specifically incurred for piano, is also borne by the second product, keyboard, because a blanket recovery rate has been used for the complete factory. There is no bifurcation in blanket recovery rate. The complete fixed production overhead has been considered while calculating the budgeted recovery rate. They are assuming that each and every product is consuming each and every activity, and that too they are dependent on direct labor hour. Inspection and testing are not dependent on direct labor hour. Direct labor hour are incurred on the production department, while inspection and testing are not incurred on the production department. They are a separate department known as the inspection quality department. So labor hour cannot be linked with the inspection and testing. Okay, space maintenance cost for subcontracting work cannot be linked with the direct labor. So whatever base we are using under the traditional method is totally illogical. Okay, so what we have to do under ABC, we will bifurcate the total production overhead 5 crore 15 lakh into three parts. Activity number 1, inspection and testing. Activity number 2, space maintenance cost. Activity number 3, other production overhead, and find out the recovery rate. And based on this recovery rate, we will decide how much services have been consumed by each of the product related to 3 activity, and on that basis we will charge the product. है ना. इसको पूरा डिटेलिंग आपको लिखना है. बहुत अच्छे से बेटा इन्होंने डिस्कस किया है इन द आंसर पार्ट, सॉल्यूशन पार्ट. एक बार वो सॉल्यूशन पार्ट हमें पढ़ना ही चाहिए. Please open the last pages of this particular chapter, beta. It is given on page number 60. It is given on page number 60. Very, very beautifully explained, है ना. तो आप जब इसको पढ़ो ना, तो आप इसको पॉइंट वाइज पढ़िए बेटा. उन्होंने किस पॉइंट के बारे में डिस्कशन किया, then they have discussed about which point, so you can remember the art of writing through this question also ना. बहुत अच्छे में ड्राफ्टेड है. रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट नंबर 1 आपको पूरा क्लैरिटी से पढ़ना है. आई एम प्रोवाइडिंग यू सफिशिएंट टाइम बेटा ना. सिर्फ न्यूज़पेपर रीडिंग नहीं लगाना है. यू हैव टू लर्न हाउ दे आर राइटिंग द आंसर विदाउट एनी कैलकुलेशन. ओके, डिस्कसिंग द आंसर. ठीक है बेटा. चलिए तो समय देता हूं, आप इसको पढ़िए. एंड whenever your interpretation reading is over, please communicate to me so that we can start second requirement part. बहुत अच्छे से रीड आउट कीजिएगा बेटा, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हाउ दे आर राइटिंग द आंसर, है ना। आप पॉइंट सीखिएगा कैसे वो किस पॉइंट को लिंक कर रहे हैं, कितना एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट को बार बार रिपीट कर रहे हैं। यू हैव ऑल्सो टू रीड आउट दिस वन। आप पॉइंट सीखिएगा। ओके बालाजी बेटा, जस्ट वेट फॉर अ फ्यू मिनट। Please let me know beta if you have completed the reading part. Okay beta, hope all the student has completed the reading part, interpretation part. Any doubt beta? चलिए, तो second requirement part है इसका, what are the steps in activity based costing implementation? जब भी हम एबीसी को इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे, what are the steps that we should be ready for to implement the same, so that the conversion from traditional method to ABC method can be done. So बहुत सिंपल है बेटा, if you only take the format of ABC recovery rate ना, you can answer this second requirement part very properly. Just I am giving you 10 second, read out कीजिए बेटा एक बार second requirement part, क्या पूछा है आपसे उसने second requirement part में, what they have asked in second requirement part. ओके तो यहां पे बेसिकली हमसे पूछ रहे हैं क्या क्या स्टेप्स रहेगी इफ वी आर इंप्लीमेंटिंग द एबीसी इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सो इफ यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट द एबीसी रिकवरी रेट फॉर्मेट इनटू द वर्ड्स, दैट विल बी द आंसर ऑफ सेकेंड रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट. देखिए बेटा, सबसे पहले हम बोलेंगे उन्हें, यू हैव टू डिसाइड द एक्टिविटी, and in a mid-sized organization there can be 45 to 50 activities. Production process has to be first broken down into various activities, है ना. Unless and until we broke down into different activity, we cannot implement activity based costing. So first we require the activity, second we have to find out what is the cost pool. Can you please tell me beta, based on your knowledge of the costing, how we can identify the cost pool, how we can calculate the cost pool of a particular activity? In the traditional method, we are calculating the cost pool of a department. Here, we are calculating the cost pool of an activity. The method of calculating the cost pool will remain same, whether in traditional method for a department or in activity-based method for under ABC. And the method are allocation and apportionment of overhead. Together, they are known as primary distribution of overhead, allocation if a component of overhead, if related to a particular activity, then the complete amount of that component should be added in that particular activity. This is known as allocation of overhead. Apportionment of overhead, if a overhead is benefiting two or more activities at the same time, then that component of overhead will have to be bifurcated among those activities which are being benefited on some logical ground, that is known as apportionment of overhead. So traditional method में हम department wise apportion कर देते थे, allocate करते थे. Here we will allocate and apportion based on the activity. So cost pool हम वैसे identify कर लेंगे. Then we have to identify the cost driver. They have lengthy the answer through example. You can write out that for setup activity, number of setup can be the cost driver. For machining operation, number of machine hour can be the cost driver. Like manner, you can answer the same. Okay. Then once the activity is done, once the cost pool is done, cost driver is done, you can find out the ABC recovery rate. So यहाँ पे आपने एक वर्किंग नोट को पूरा लैंग्वेज में एक्सप्लेन कर दिया. Once the ABC recovery rate has been find out, now we will check which product has consumed which services and which what quantum. किन किन प्रोडक्ट ने किन किन एक्टिविटीज को कितना कितना कंज्यूम किया है, उसके बेस पर नाउ वी विल फाइंड आउट द टोटल बिलिंग अमाउंट, दैट इज नोन एज द प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट एंड ओवरहेड कॉस्ट अलोकेशन. फॉर वेरी सिंपल रिक्वायरमेंट पार्ट टू आंसर, just here to convert the working note into the explanation part, and that's it for requirement part number 2, है ना. अब requirement part number 3 पढ़िए बेटा. आपको मैं आपको दे रहा हूं 10 to 20 सेकेंड दे रहा हूं. Read out the requirement part number 3 from the questions. What they're asking, which method is appropriate for which product, whether ABC is appropriate for both the product or traditional is appropriate for both the product, or one method is appropriate for certain category of product and the other method is appropriate for certain category of product. So let's discuss beta. Regarding the piano, undoubtedly we recommend ABC method, because one very important word has been given by the question, that customization is based on the specified quality sound of a specific professional, and no customization can be same. No two customization can be same. ये उन्होंने हमें दिया है in the question itself. So therefore, if the customization differs from one customer to another customer, we cannot charge the same amount of overhead to each and every customization. और इसके लिए बेस्ट मेथड है, we will bifurcate our production overhead into different activities. We will find out the recovery rate for each and every activity, and then based on the services required by each and every customer, customized one, we will charge the overhead accordingly. So for piano product, the ABC method will be the best logical method to charge production overhead on the basis of services consumed due to the customization of each and every professional customer. But regarding the electronic keyboard instrument, we can follow the traditional method. The biggest advantage is they are the standardized one. They are the standardized one. Okay. So जो एक कस्टमर हमारे से ले रहा है वैसा ही प्रोडक्ट सेम द अदर कस्टमर इज बाइंग, सो वी कैन चार्ज सेम अमाउंट ऑफ ओवरहेड ऑन पर यूनिट बेसिस फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कीबोर्ड इंस्ट्रूमेंट. क्लियर है बेटा ये पॉइंट? तो अब एक बार आप इंस्टीट्यूट के स्टडी मटेरियल से रीड आउट करिए उन्होंने कैसे इसी को एक्सप्लेन किया है इन पॉइंट नंबर 3, है ना. चलिए बेटा, आई एम गिविंग यू सम टाइम टू रीड आउट एंड इंटरप्रेट द लैंग्वेज गिवन फॉर requirement part number 3. Okay, beta, understood the logic given at the study material solution? Any doubt in that point, beta? Chill. So again, the fourth part we will complete in the next session, beta, regarding the activity-based management. So what will be the discussion part in the last session of this particular chapter number 9? We are having, I think the next session will be on 27th. There will be a Christmas holiday for 3 to 4 days. So in the next session, beta, we are covering the very first topic, that is direct product profitability. It is an extension of activity-based costing. Activity-based costing can be very comfortably applied in the manufacturing sector, in the service sector, but when we talk about the trading sector, the best example of trading sector we are communicating for this particular topic, you can take the example of Walmart, D-Mart, Reliance Fresh, Big Bazaar. ये जब अपने प्रोडक्ट के लिए ओवरहेड चार्ज करेंगे, इट्स नॉट प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल फॉर देम टू रिकवर and add overhead from each and every activity to each and every individual product. Just imagine the number of products such big D-Mart, Walmart are dealing with. They are dealing with thousands of products they are dealing with. So it's not practically possible for them to follow this principle, how many products have consumed how much amount of services of each and every activity. Based on the services consumed by them, we will charge the overhead to such product. It's not possible for such business tycoons such as D-Mart, Best Price, Big Bazaar, Walmart to apply the ABC technology for recovering overhead on a logical basis. So some simple method is to be evolved so that the overhead are charged logically, but at minimum time and with minimum cost. Therefore, General Electric Company of America, you heard this name GE, a very famous brand name under the electrical segment, GE, General Electric Company of America, have popularized this concept of direct product profitability, in which how a trading sector will recover its overhead cost based on the simple logic and based on the simple calculation. Okay, that we will do in the next session, that is on 27. The next topic will be a very small theoretical topic, that what do you mean by activity based management, ABM, है ना, जो अभी हम बात कर रहे हैं, that is ABC, activity based costing. इसी का एक extension है activity based management. What is activity based management? We will discuss in the next session. Along with that, a very important practical question related to different ratios we will discuss in that. How to calculate the value added ratio, how to calculate the non-value added ratio, how to calculate the manufacturing cycle efficiency, what is the interpretation of manufacturing cycle efficiency. And in the examination, a question has already been asked on this particular topic regarding computation of various value added and non-value added ratios. Okay, beta. So any doubt in the today's session, you can ask me, beta. Still, we are having some time. We will start new topic from the new session that will be held on the 27th of this month after the Christmas break. Okay, any doubt, beta, from any student, please communicate to me and you can ask the same. Any doubt, beta? Shrivani, Rashmi, Kanimoji, Balaji, Aniket, Seema Suresh. Okay, no doubt, beta. Chaliye. So please take care of yourself. God bless you all, beta. So we will meet us on 27th. So enjoy the Christmas festival to the fullest. Today 27th. So सीधा हम 5 days, 4 to 5 days बाद मिलेंगे on 27 and we'll wind up this chapter number 9 with the remaining 3 topics. Okay, beta. Thank you. God bless you all. Nifak bhai, please end the session.